The human ship HSS Valor moved silently through the darkness of deep space. Stars streaked past its hull, painting the void with faint, cold light. The crew, though small, was highly trained. Captain Mara Voss sat in the command chair, eyes fixed on the view screen. Everything seemed calm. Too calm. Suddenly, the ship's sensors beeped frantically. Red warnings flashed across the control panels. Mara's heart raced, but her voice remained steady. "Report," she ordered. Lieutenant Rin Taller, the ship's tactical officer, quickly scanned the readings. "Multiple contacts surrounding us, Captain. Unknown ships, large, heavily armed. They're closing fast." Mara frowned. She had seen fleets before, but never like this. These were not simple raiders, they were organized, disciplined. Aliens. A full strike squad. The communication system crackled, and a deep, metallic voice boomed in the ship. "Human vessel," it said. "You are surrounded. Surrender now, and your destruction may be avoided." Mara's fingers hovered over the console, but she did not reply. Instead, she looked at her crew. They were tense, but she saw determination in their eyes. "Stay calm," she said. "Do not panic. Remember what we trained for. We may be outnumbered, but we are not defenseless." The alien ships shifted into a formation that surrounded the Valor like a cage. From the outside, it would have looked hopeless. Hundreds of alien weapons pointed at the human ship, ready to fire. The crew could feel the pressure. Every movement of the ship was monitored. Every sensor beeped with danger. Yet Mara's mind stayed clear. She had expected this. Aliens never attacked without arrogance. They assumed humans were weak, unprepared. They expected fear. They would be surprised. Rin Taller leaned over the console. "Captain, their weapon systems are synchronized. If they fire together, we won't last a minute." Mara nodded. "Then we make them fire first. Lure them into a mistake." She activated the ship's defensive systems. The Valor's hull shimmered as energy shields powered up. Lights blinked on the bridge, showing weapon readiness. Every crew member moved with precision, checking systems, preparing for what could be the last fight of their lives. From outside, the alien flagship moved closer, a massive ship with jagged armor plates and glowing energy thrusters. Its size alone made the human crew uneasy. Yet Mara did not flinch. "Enemy communication open," she said calmly. The alien voice spoke again, sharper this time. "Human vessel, resistance is pointless. Your destruction is inevitable. Surrender." No reply. Mara pressed a hand to the console. "They are counting on fear," she whispered. "We won't give it to them." Sensors flickered, showing the alien ships aligning for attack. The Valor moved slightly, changing angle, testing their reactions. The aliens seemed confident, almost casual, as if they were already celebrating victory. The crew of the Valor tightened their grips on their stations. Weapons glowed, shields hummed, engines ready to dodge. They were small, yes, but humans had a history of surviving impossible odds. Rin's eyes widened as he saw a weak point in the alien formation. "Captain, if we can reach that gap, we might be able to strike first." Mara smiled faintly. "Good. Prepare the weapons. Keep the shields up. We hit fast, precise, and unexpected." The alien fleet moved closer, the space around the Valor filling with alien ships. Their thrusters glowed menacingly, their weapons ready. The tension on the bridge was thick, almost suffocating. Then suddenly a warning flashed on the screens. One of the alien ships fired prematurely, too soon, too fast. The shot missed the Valor by meters, exploding against a distant asteroid. The bridge shook slightly. "Good," Mara said under her breath. "They are nervous. Their arrogance blinds them." The crew felt a surge of hope, but no one celebrated. They knew the real battle was just beginning. The aliens would not wait. They would attack with full force. Every moment counted. Mara looked at each of her crew. "Remember," she said firmly, "we do not panic. We do not surrender. We fight smart. We survive. Humanity does not bow." The alien flagship transmitted once more, voice full of anger this time. "You will die, human vessel. Resistance is meaningless." Still, the Valor did not respond. Not a word. Silence filled the bridge, broken only by the quiet hum of engines and shields. Outside, the stars waited. The darkness seemed alive, holding its breath. The human ship, small but determined, faced the overwhelming fleet alone. And for the first time, a faint ripple of doubt passed through the alien formation. They had expected surrender. They had expected fear. They had expected an easy kill. They would not get it. The real war was about to begin. The Valor floated in the vast emptiness of space, surrounded by the alien fleet. Their numbers were terrifying, dozens of massive ships glowing with energy weapons, thrusters burning brightly. Every human on the bridge felt the weight of impossible odds. Yet Captain Mara Voss remained calm, her eyes scanning the readouts, calculating every possibility. "Sensors show weak points in their formation," said Lieutenant Rin Taller, pointing at the tactical display. "If we can strike there, we could hit multiple ships at once." Mara nodded. "Good. But we must make them think we are cornered, desperate. They expect panic. We will give them none." The alien flagship loomed above, its thrusters pulsing with deadly power. It moved like a predator, confident and arrogant. Its message earlier still echoed in the bridge: surrender or be destroyed. Mara pressed a button, activating the ship's stealth systems. The Valor's engines hummed quietly, energy shields shimmering invisibly around the hull. From the outside it appeared small, weak, almost defenseless. That was exactly what Mara wanted. "Engage evasive patterns," she ordered. "Make them think we are trying to flee." The crew responded instantly. The ship darted and twisted through the void, dodging minor attacks from the aliens. Each movement was precise, calculated. The aliens laughed in their own language, sure of their victory. Then Mara gave the signal. "Fire all forward weapons. Focus on the weak point." Energy beams shot from the Valor, small but incredibly fast. The first alien ship struck by the attack shuddered violently, alarms blaring. A second ship tried to retaliate but miscalculated. The Valor's evasive maneuvers allowed them to dodge the main blast and deliver another strike at a critical engine. The alien formation began to wobble. Confusion rippled through their ranks. Their confidence, so thick moments ago, was replaced by alarm. "Captain, sensors show one of their command ships destabilizing," Rin reported. "It's going down fast." Mara's lips curved in a faint smile. "Good. Keep pressure on them. Do not let them regroup." Outside, the first alien ship exploded, bright flames lighting up the darkness. Shards of metal drifted into space, spinning helplessly. The rest of the fleet faltered, unsure of the source of the attack. "Sir, they are adjusting formation," said Ensign Lyra, the communications officer. "They are trying to surround us tighter." Mara leaned forward. "Let them try. We control the fight now." The Valor twisted and spun through the alien formation like a phantom. The ship was small, fast and precise. Energy pulses struck alien engines, shields and weapons in rapid succession. Every move was calculated to create maximum confusion. One of the alien ships fired a massive blast, aiming to crush the Valor. Mara's hands flew over the console, activating defensive shields just in time. The energy bounced off harmlessly. "Good timing," she muttered. "They are aggressive but predictable." Another alien ship tried to flank them, coming from behind. Mara grinned. "Bring it to the trap." Rin quickly plotted the course. The Valor spun, luring the flanking ship into a narrow asteroid field nearby. The massive rocks were deadly, but humans were masters of calculation. The alien ship, too big and too confident, could not maneuver as quickly. Crash. The ship collided with a massive asteroid, exploding instantly. Debris scattered, taking down smaller ships nearby. The alien formation was in chaos. "Status report," Mara ordered. 3 confirmed destroyed, several critically damaged," Rin said. "They are panicking." Mara's voice was calm, but inside she felt the thrill of victory. "Good. Prepare to strike again but keep our distance. We finished this efficiently. No risks we do not need." The aliens tried to send another message, a warning: "You will regret this, human. You cannot survive." Mara did not respond. Humans rarely needed to shout, they let actions speak. Another attack wave from the Valor hit the alien flagship. Energy beams tore through its shields, sending sparks flying across its hull. The aliens realized too late that the humans were not desperate. They were smart, cunning, and deadly. From the bridge, every crew member held their breath as the alien flagship staggered, struggling to maintain formation. Mara's mind worked rapidly. She could end this now, but she had to plan carefully. One wrong move and the entire ship could be destroyed. "Prepare for final strike on their flagship," she said. "We will hit where it hurts most." Outside, the Valor glided silently for a moment, calm as a shadow, before unleashing another precise burst of energy. Alien ships exploded one by one. Chaos spread like wildfire through the fleet. The crew of the Valor cheered quietly, not with noise but with satisfaction. They had turned the tables. Humans, small in number, had outsmarted a massive fleet. Yet Mara knew this was only the beginning. The flagship still loomed, dangerous and proud. The final duel was coming. And the universe watched, silent and dark, as humans proved that courage, intelligence and discipline could overcome even impossible odds. The remnants of the alien fleet were scattered across the void. Fires glowed in space where their ships had been torn apart, and debris drifted silently, spinning like forgotten stars. The HSS Valor floated unharmed, shields shimmering, engines humming steadily. Captain Mara Voss sat in her command chair, eyes sharp on the tactical display. Her crew worked in perfect harmony. Every system, every weapon, every shield adjustment was timed like clockwork. They had survived the initial onslaught, but the danger was far from over. "Sensors indicate the remaining ships are regrouping," said Lieutenant Rintaler, pointing to a holographic map of the battlefield. "They're trying to form a counterattack. They are angry but disorganized." Mara's lips tightened. "Good. Disorganized enemies are predictable. Prepare all weapons. I want shields at maximum and engines ready for evasive maneuvers." The alien commander was furious. They had expected humans to surrender or panic. Instead, one small ship had shattered their plans and destroyed several of their fleet. Now they were desperate, but desperation made them reckless. Ensign Lyra spoke up from communications. "Captain, they're transmitting a warning, or maybe a threat. It's full of anger, but it's confused." Mara leaned forward. "Let them speak. We let actions, not words, do the talking." Outside, the Valor glided like a shadow, smaller and faster than any alien ship. Sensors picked up the fleet's movements, clumsy, rushed, uncoordinated. Mara saw the opportunity immediately. "They think they can attack us all at once," she said softly. "But they are too slow. We strike smart, one at a time." Rin adjusted the targeting system. "Captain, if we hit the largest ship first, we can force the others into the open." Mara nodded. "Do it. Keep shields ready. Timing is everything." The Valor moved with precision, weaving between debris and broken ships, a ghost in the battlefield. The first strike was fast, brutal, and precise. Energy beams tore into the hull of the largest alien ship. Sparks flew, systems failed, and the alien ship floundered in space, engines flickering. "Direct hit confirmed," Rin said, eyes wide with excitement. "They didn't see it coming." Mara's hand rested lightly on the console. "Good. Keep pressure on them. Don't let them recover." The remaining alien ships reacted, firing in all directions. Beams of energy cut through the darkness, but the Valor moved faster, twisting and spinning, dodging every attack. "Captain, they are trying to flank us," Ensign Lyra warned. "Two ships coming from the rear." Mara smiled faintly. "Let them come. We have a trap." The Valor changed course subtly, leading the two flanking ships toward a narrow asteroid field nearby. The field was tight, dangerous, but humans could calculate every move. The aliens, too confident in their size and firepower, did not anticipate the danger. Crush. One of the flanking ships collided with an asteroid, tearing apart in a spectacular explosion. The second ship tried to turn away, but the debris from the first struck it. Another explosion lit the darkness. "Status?" Mara asked, her voice calm. 5 ships destroyed, 3 critically damaged. "The rest are in disarray," Rin replied. "They're losing formation. Panic is spreading." Mara nodded. "Excellent. But the flagship is still active. That's our real target." The alien flagship, massive and menacing, moved forward like a predator stalking prey. Its weapons were powerful, its shield strong, but it had lost the advantage. The Valor, small and agile, had already proven it could survive the alien onslaught. Mara gave another command. "Target the flagship's engines. Disable mobility first, then strike the weapons. We fight smart, not reckless." Energy beams fired again. The flagship shuddered as its engines faltered. Sparks and small explosions erupted across its hull. The alien commander roared in frustration, but the humans remained calm, precise, unflinching. "Captain, shields holding," Rin said. "We can take another hit if needed." Mara's eyes narrowed. "We won't wait for them to attack. Prepare for the next strike wave. We end this before they can regroup." Outside, space erupted in flashes of energy and fire. Alien ships exploded one by one. The remaining ships tried to retreat, but the Valor anticipated every movement, cutting off escape routes. "Captain, they are trying to communicate again," Lyra said. "It's a warning but also fear. They don't understand how we did this." Mara smiled faintly. "That's because humans are unpredictable. That's our strength." The final few alien ships hesitated. Confusion and fear had replaced confidence. The Valor moved like a shadow among stars, fast, quiet, deadly. Every strike was calculated, every dodge perfect. Mara looked at her crew. Remember, we do this together. One mistake and we lose. Focus. Strike only where necessary. The flagship fired wildly, but Mara's tactics were flawless. Energy beams struck empty space, wasted shots, while the Valor's counterattacks crippled the alien ship further. Targeting weapons systems now, Rin said. They won't fire back for long. The crew held their breath as the first blast hit, followed by another and another. Sparks flew, shields flickered, and the alien flagship began to slow. Systems failed one by one. Mara whispered quietly, "We are not done yet. The final strike will decide everything." Outside, space was littered with the remains of the alien fleet. Fires glowed, ships spun helplessly, and the Valor floated untouched, calm and ready. Humanity had proven its strength against impossible odds, but the real duel, the confrontation with the flagship, was still to come. And in that quiet moment, every crew member knew, the galaxy had never faced humans like this before. The HSS Valor floated silently through space, its hull gleaming under the faint light of distant stars. The alien fleet was in chaos. Ships that had once been proud and threatening now drifted like broken toys, engines damaged, weapons offline. Yet Captain Mara Voss knew better than to celebrate. The real danger was still out there. The alien flagship, stubborn, angry and powerful, was yet to fall. Lieutenant Rin Taller studied the tactical display. "Captain, the remaining ships are regrouping near that asteroid cluster," he said, pointing at the holographic map. "It's dense, dangerous, but predictable." Mara's eyes narrowed. "Good. That's exactly where we want them. Prepare the trap. Lure them in." The crew moved with precision, readying weapons and shields. Every system was at maximum. The Valor was small, but its speed and intelligence were its greatest strengths. Humans had survived impossible odds before, and this battle was no different. Ensign Lyra glanced nervously at the display. "Captain, they are advancing straight into the field. They don't realize how deadly it is." Mara smiled faintly. "They never do. That's why humans survive, they see what others do not." Outside, the alien ships approached the asteroid field. Massive rocks floated unpredictably, sharp edges and spinning debris forming a deadly maze. The aliens believed their size and firepower would protect them. They underestimated the humans. Mara gave the order. "Weapons primed. Shields up. Wait for my signal." The Valor moved silently among the asteroids, almost invisible. Its engines hummed quietly, the perfect predator in a forest of stone. The aliens, confident and arrogant, entered the trap. First came the smaller ships. They tried to navigate the rocks, but miscalculations were deadly. One collided with a spinning asteroid, tearing its hull apart. Another tried to turn sharply, only to be hit by debris from the first explosion. Flames erupted, scattering the rest of the fleet. "Captain, they're panicking," Rin exclaimed. "Their formation is broken." "Good," Mara said. "Keep luring them in. The flagship comes last." The human ship twisted and spun gracefully, leading the remaining aliens deeper into the asteroid field. They fired weapons blindly, many shots hitting nothing, many others destroyed by shields and quick evasive maneuvers. The Valor moved like a ghost, invisible, untouchable, precise. Finally, the alien flagship appeared, massive and imposing, trying to lead the remaining ships. Mara's eyes gleamed. "It's time." She gave the signal. Energy beams shot from the Valor with incredible speed, striking critical points on the flagship's engines. Sparks flew across its hull, shields flickered under the assault. The alien commander roared in frustration, realizing too late that the humans had planned every move. Rin shouted, "Captain, their engines are failing. They're slowing down." Mara nodded. "Now, focus fire on their weapons systems. Disable them completely." The Valor's energy weapons struck the alien flagship with surgical precision. Systems failed, shields collapsed, and the massive ship shuddered violently. Smaller alien ships tried to defend it, but they were scattered, weakened, and slow. One by one they were destroyed or forced to retreat. Ensign Lyra monitored the battlefield. "Captain, the flagship is isolated now. No support. We can finish this." Mara's hand hovered over the control panel. "Steady. We end this efficiently. One mistake and we lose. Humans fight smart, not recklessly." The Valor spun, weaving through asteroids, dodging stray fire. Then, with a sudden burst, it launched the final strike. Energy beams tore into the flagship's weapons arrays. Explosions rocked its hull. Debris floated away, silent and deadly. Status? Mara asked. Flagship critically damaged, engines offline, weapons offline, Rin replied, his voice tense. They can't fire back. Mara leaned back in her chair, a calm smile on her face. Excellent. The trap worked perfectly. Now we prepare for the final confrontation. The commander is all that remains. Outside, the asteroid field glowed with the remnants of the destroyed fleet. Fires flickered in the darkness. The human ship floated unharmed, a silent predator in the void. The aliens had underestimated humans once again. Ensign Lyra looked at Mara. Captain, they thought victory was theirs. They didn't expect humans to plan, to think, to survive against impossible odds. Mara nodded slowly. That is the lesson. We are not just fighters. We are humans. And humans adapt, survive, and strike when least expected. The remaining alien commander's ship, wounded and desperate, drifted toward the edge of the asteroid field. Mara's eyes narrowed. Prepare for the final duel, she said quietly. This ends tonight. The crew of the Valor readied themselves. Every weapon charged. Every system monitored. The tension was electric. Outside, space was silent but full of danger. One human ship against the remnants of an alien fleet, small, but unstoppable when smart, brave, and united. Mara whispered to herself, the trap is revealed. Now let's finish what we started. The stars held their breath. The real battle was about to begin. The HSS Valor floated at the edge of the asteroid field, silent and ready. Only one alien ship remained, the massive flagship, battered but still dangerous. Its engines glowed weakly, weapons arrays flickering, yet its presence was commanding. Captain Mara Voss knew this was the final challenge. One wrong move, one miscalculation, and the humans could be destroyed. Crew, Mara said, her voice steady and calm, this is it. Every weapon ready. Every shield at maximum. We end this tonight. Lieutenant Rin Taller nodded, fingers flying over the console. Captain, their engines are damaged, but they still have some maneuverability. Their weapons are unstable, but one blast could be fatal. Mara leaned forward, eyes sharp on the view screen. Good. That means they are desperate. Desperate enemies are predictable. We hit smart, precise, and fast. No risks we don't need. The alien flagship moved forward, slow but deliberate, like a wounded predator. Its weapons activated, energy pulsating menacingly across its hull. From the bridge, the crew of the Valor watched every movement. Ensign Lyra spoke quietly, tension in her voice. Captain, they are trying to flank us, maybe even intimidate. But their patterns are off. They are confused. Mara smiled faintly. Exactly. That confusion is our advantage. Prepare the first strike. Wait for my signal. The Valor twisted in space, small and nimble. Energy beams shot from its weapons, hitting the alien flagship's shields lightly, testing their strength. Sparks flew across the alien ship's hull. The flagship hesitated, trying to assess the small human vessel's movements. Captain, they are aggressive but reckless, Rin said. Their firing patterns are erratic. We can use this. Mara nodded. Engage evasive maneuvers. Lead them where we want. One wrong move from them and it's over. The Valor darted among the asteroids, twisting and spinning. The alien flagship followed slowly, trying to predict the human ship's path, but every move it made was calculated by Mara and her crew. Every beam of energy it fired missed its target, wasted in the darkness. Then Mara gave the signal. Strike now. Energy beams shot from the Valor with deadly precision. They hit the alien flagship's engines, shields, and weapons arrays in rapid succession. Sparks and fire erupted across its hull. The massive ship shuddered violently. Direct hits confirmed. Rin shouted. Engines failing, shields weakening, weapons offline. The alien commander roared in frustration, firing wildly. One weapon misfired, causing a small explosion on its own hull. The Valor moved gracefully, dodging every attack, small but untouchable. Mara's eyes narrowed. Prepare for the final strike. We finish this decisively. The crew held their breath as the Valor aligned its main weapon. Energy beams focused on the flagship's core systems. Lights flickered, shields collapsed, and sparks flew in a deadly storm. Captain, it's done, Lyra whispered. Core hit, critical failure detected. The alien flagship let out a terrible sound. If ships could scream, this would have been it. Massive explosions ripped through its hull. Metal twisted, systems failed, and the ship began to drift uncontrollably. The remaining alien ships, witnessing their commander's destruction, panicked. Engines flared, weapons fired aimlessly, and they scattered, fleeing into the darkness of space. Mara leaned back in her chair, voice calm but triumphant. The duel is over. Humanity prevails. Rin exhaled deeply, looking around the bridge. Captain, they never expected us to fight like this. They thought victory was theirs. They underestimated humans. Mara nodded slowly. That is always their mistake. Humans adapt, humans survive, and humans strike when least expected. This is why the galaxy must remember us. The Valor floated in silence, surrounded by the remnants of the alien fleet. Fires glimmered in space where ships had exploded, debris spinning slowly. The human ship remained untouched, small but victorious, a symbol of cunning, strategy, and courage. Ensign Lyra glanced at Mara. Captain, do you think they'll ever come back? Mara's eyes scanned the darkness. Perhaps. But they will remember what humans are capable of. That is enough, for now. Outside, the stars were calm once more. The human ship drifted among them, victorious but wary. Mara knew this victory was only part of a larger war, a galaxy that underestimated humans at its own peril. The crew of the Valor shared a quiet moment of triumph. They had faced impossible odds, survived, and won. And as they looked out into the void, one truth became clear: humans were not to be underestimated. Mara whispered softly, almost to herself, "We fight smart. We fight together. And no force in the galaxy can break that spirit." The stars held their breath, silent witnesses to the victory of one human ship against an overwhelming alien fleet. And the universe began to learn a lesson it would not forget. The battlefield in deep space was quiet now, but the echoes of destruction lingered. The HSS Valor floated among the wreckage of alien ships, shields humming, engines steady. Captain Mara Voss looked out through the view screen, her mind alert, knowing the battle might be over, but the war was far from finished. "Captain," said Lieutenant Rintaler, eyes fixed on the sensors, "the remaining alien forces are retreating, but they're transmitting a signal. It's a warning to the galaxy. Humans are not to be challenged." Mara's lips curved in a small smile. "Good. Let them carry the story. Let the galaxy learn what humans are capable of." Ensign Lyra spoke quietly, tension in her voice. "Captain, they're trying to regroup. Do you think they'll return?" Mara's eyes narrowed. "Perhaps. But one thing is certain, they will never underestimate us again. Humanity has survived where others expected us to fall. That is our strength." The crew of the Valor worked silently, repairing minor damage, scanning for any signs of threats. Every human aboard knew the victory had been hard-earned. Against overwhelming odds they had survived, and more importantly they had triumphed. Suddenly the sensors picked up a faint signal. Not a warning, not a threat, but something else. A pattern of energy pulses, faint but unmistakably human in design. Mara frowned. "Captain, that signal, it's from a distant colony," Rin said. "They've detected the aftermath. They are sending coordinates, requests for assistance. Or maybe they are preparing for our return." Mara's heart skipped a beat. Humanity was larger than this single ship. The Valor was only the beginning. The galaxy had underestimated one ship, but humans were not alone. She tapped a series of commands, sending the colony's coordinates to the fleet command network. "Plot a course. Prepare to bring reinforcements. The galaxy must see the true strength of humanity." Outside, the stars sparkled like distant fires. Debris from the destroyed alien fleet floated silently, a graveyard of arrogance and underestimation. The Valor moved forward, small but unstoppable, a symbol of cunning, courage, and strategy. "Captain," Lyra said softly, "do you think the galaxy will learn?" Mara looked at her crew, each one tired but determined. "They will learn. They will never forget. Humanity does not surrender. Humanity does not falter. And humanity always strikes back." The human ship glided toward the distant coordinates, engines humming steadily. Every system was ready, every crew member alert. The Valor had proven what one human crew could do. The galaxy would soon learn what an entire human civilization could achieve when united, intelligent, and brave. As they traveled, the alien remnants sent frantic messages, warnings to other fleets. Entire sectors received the news. Humans were not weak, humans were not to be underestimated, and humans could strike with devastating efficiency. Fear spread quietly but rapidly, faster than any fleet. Mara sat in her chair watching the stars. "The war is far from over," she said almost to herself. "But tonight, humanity has sent a message. One ship, one crew against overwhelming odds. And we survived. We won. Rin smiled faintly. Captain, the fleet commanders will hear about this. They'll know not to challenge humans again. Mara nodded. Not just them. The entire galaxy will remember. Humans fight smart. Humans fight together. And humans never forget. Outside, the Valor moved steadily through space, small and alone against the darkness, yet unstoppable. The stars seemed to shine brighter, as if acknowledging the victory of one small ship that had defied an entire alien fleet. The human crew celebrated quietly, not with noise or shouting but with calm satisfaction. They had survived. They had outsmarted, outmaneuvered, and destroyed an overwhelming enemy. And they had sent a clear warning: humanity was not to be trifled with. A faint signal appeared on the sensors, another distant pulse from human colonies. Mara smiled. Humanity was not finished. One ship had won a battle, but the true power of humanity was just beginning to show. Prepare for the journey home, Mara said. The galaxy will know our name. The universe will remember this day. As the Valor glided toward the distant stars, its engines leaving a faint trail of light, the crew knew one truth: they were part of something larger, unstoppable, and unbreakable. Humanity had fought, survived, and struck back. And the galaxy would never be the same again. The stars watched silently as one small human ship moved forward, carrying the hope, courage, and defiance of an entire civilization. And somewhere, in the darkest reaches of space, the aliens remembered. They had underestimated humanity. They had assumed weakness. They had been wrong. Humanity had struck back. And it would strike again.